What's up, YouTube? Back at you with another like Archetype review. And this time we're going to be reviewing the Malefics. The Malefics is an archetype of these powerful beat sticks, and they are very easy to summon. Um, in order to summon one to the field, like all you have to do is remove its like counterpart from either the main deck or the extra deck. Like the entire archetype is made up of eight uh eight monsters all together. Like five out of that eight are the ones that have counterparts. And the other three, like they consist of one synchro, one unbelievably powerful like special summon monster and Malefic Truth Dragon, and one tuner, which is Malefic like parallel. Yeah. And like I said, like the whole meaning behind this archetype is to just beat your opponent as quickly as possible with no effort. The monsters are super easy to summon, super easy to get to the field, you know. But the one thing about the Malefics is that only one can be up on the field at a time. Only one Malefic monster, aside from well, yeah, like only one Malefic monster can be face up on the field at a time. So, I mean, and these are effects that activate in your hand as well. So, like using cards like a skill drain won't help you bring another Malefic to the field because the skill drain only affects the field, not the graveyard, not the hand. So, yeah, I've noticed that a lot of people that use this deck, they thought that, you know, they could use like skill drain and they could bring another Malefic monster to the field, but you can't do that because, you know, the rules for skill drain state that it doesn't affect the player's hand, it doesn't affect the player's graveyard or their main deck. Yeah, it only affects the field. So people have this tendency when using Malefics. From what I've seen, they have a tendency to like forget that effects still activate in the hand, are still active in the hand. I mean, effects are still active in the hand. And in terms of Malefics, you know, only one can be face up on the field. Now, when one is face up on the field, that means the other ones can't be summoned because like they still under that effect that only one can be face up, you know, on the field. But like I said, like the main strength of this deck is to just bring out these unbelievably powerful beat sticks and just beat your opponent in like as little as like 2 hits. As little as 2 hits. That's pretty much all it takes to win it with a match with a Malefic. Now, here's the downside to this archetype. As I previously stated, you can only have one up on the field at the time. You can only have one on the field at a time, and that could cause you to lose a lot of like field advantage because all it really takes is for your opponent to like activate one card to like take that one monster off of your side of the field, and you know, like you'll be wide open pretty much, unless you have like a good back row. But you know what I mean? Even then, like they can heavy storm and just take out all that if you don't have anything to counter with it, that is. But like yeah, like you know what I mean. But that's one of the main weaknesses of this archetype. So like what you would want to use when like dealing with this archetype are cards like let me see um what was that one spell card? Um, I think my mind just went blank. My bad. Like cards yeah, I'm gonna get lost in my words again. Like cards like Kaiser, like Coliseum, which basically puts you in control of how many monsters can be on the field. Um, so let's say for example, like you only have one Malefic face up on your side of the field. Your opponent cannot cannot summon no more than one monster like to their side of the field. Like they can't summon no more than you have. So that puts you in control uh, of that one negative aspect. Like another card that they have out is called like the Dark Door, and what that effect is that it only allows one monster to attack, and since you're going to be running Malefics, the only like the only one that this is really hurting is your opponent, because you know the Malefics have the effect that only one of them can be face up on the field, so it'll be putting you like in control of that one monster attack like rule. So yeah, like that's some tips on some cards that can help. Like another card that you can use is a trap called like dark. I mean not dark, but Eradicator Epidemic Virus, which basically says that you can, as it says right here, just tribute one dark monster with 2,500 or more attack, and choose either spell or trap cards, and check all spells and trap cards on your opponent's side of the field, your opponent's hand, and all cards they draw until your opponent's third turn after this card's activation, and destroy all those types of cards. So basically, like you can eliminate them from using any kind of spell or any type of trap, like with Eradicator Epidemic Virus. And since all but I would say one, yeah, all but one of the Malefics, which is like Red Eyes, Black Dragon, like I would say Malefic Parallel Gear, but most um like Malefic decks don't even run that for obvious reasons that I will like let you know about, like a little bit later on. But yeah, it's um the trap card. It basically eliminates the issue of like any trap or any spell card, that your opponents have in their hand that's already set in for three turns after the card's activation. So yeah, like that's a big advantage. And yeah, uh, and another card is like Deck Devastation Virus, and like this is a more like commonly used card because it stops. Well, all you gotta do is like tribute one dark monster with like 2,000 or more attack, and like check your opponent's hand, field, and all the cards that they draw up until the third turn after its activation, and you can destroy all monsters with 1500 or less attack, and that's very good. I'm like up in this like state of the game, because it stops you. Well, not you, but it stops your opponent from using like all these low level tuners and synchro material monsters. So it really helps out with that. And like pretty much like the only tips I can give you, like other than what I just said, like on a Malefic build, is like the only ones that you should run, in my opinion, are Malefic Truth Dragon, which is this guy right here, Malefic Stardust, and Malefic Cyber End. Like the reasons for Malefic Cyber End and Malefic Stardust, I said, is because like unlike Rainbow Dragon, Malefic Rainbow Dragon, Malefic Red Eyes, and Malefic Blue Eyes, they like eliminate the fact that you might like end up having like on one of the original copies in your hand, which is bad, because like I said, in order to summon a Malefic monster, you have to remove that counterpart like from play, like either from your main deck or your extra deck. So let's say, for example, like if you ran like Malefic Blue Eyes, and you just so happen to have drawn, like a Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can't like remove it from play from your hand in order to summon it. So by only running Malefic Cyber End and Malefic Stardust, you're eliminating the fact that you just might end up like pulling one of the original copies. I mean, the original counterpart by dead draw, because Malefic Stardust and Malefic Cyber End, all their original counterparts are in the extra deck. So that basically like thins out your deck right there. Like one of the cards. Oh yeah, a Malefic Truth Dragon. Now what this guy does is that when like one of your Malefic monsters are like destroyed like by a card effect, you can like special summon him like by paying like half of your life points. And like I said, like he's like 5,000. I'm not answering that phone. But it's 5,000 attack and defense. And like once you bring it, and it also has the effect that once it like destroys all of your well, not all of your, but once it attacks one of your opponent's monsters, it has the ability to destroy all the rest of your monsters on your opponent's side of the field as well. So that's a pretty powerful card. Now I know a lot of y'all people are thinking, oh, well, what if I don't end up like drawing a Malefic in my hand, for the turn that I need it? Well, they have a spell, almost a spell card. They have a field spell called Malefic World, and basically what that card's ability is that instead of conducting your draw phase like what the Field Sparrow allows you to do, it allows you to pick 3 Malefic cards from your deck, and your opponent has to choose like one of those 3 cards at random to add to your hand, and then the other ones get added back to your deck and they get shuffled. So it's really an unlimited search engine that like you really don't have to worry about. So yeah, overall I think the Malefics, like in terms of just strength, they are by far one of the most powerful like beat stick decks in Yu-Gi-Oh right now, but they do have some major weaknesses that when you play with this deck, like you would have to watch out for. So for the most part, this is a good deck to play with, but just be careful. You know, like skill drain doesn't affect the hand, so you can't bring 2 of them out and let everybody that you play with, anybody that you play against that may use this, you got to let them know that, because like they will honestly try to use that against you. But yeah, like that was my review on the Malefics. Remember, when you're building one, I think it would be more efficient to run only Malefic Stardust, Malefic Cyber Ant, and Malefic Truth Dragon. And the trap cards I recommended were like Eradicator Epidemic Virus, and Dex Devastation Virus for like all those like low level synchro tuners and materials that people use. You know, like they can't use them with that. So, and another card that I almost forgot is what's that card? Like Destruction Potion. And like basically what that trap card is, wait, let me click on it right here because I see it. Like basically what this trap card is that it allows you to select 1 monster you control and like you destroy it, and then you can gain life points equal to that monster's attack, which is, and this is a good way to help you like bring out Malefic Truth Dragon a lot faster. So yeah, that was my review on the Malefic Archetype, and yeah, as always, peace.